this shutdown and letting it go. And it's interesting to see um, who these so-called Democrats are that are planning to vote on ending the shutdown. Not that I don't agree with ending the shutdown is the best thing to do. I just don't agree with the fallacy of believing in the Republican Party to actually uphold their end and actually do their part. That's one of the main things that I think is the biggest problem here is that most people still think that the Republican Party is going to actually fall through on what they think. Now the biggest thing is like as always with this administration, it is always a gimmick to try to tell people that hey, we are going to throw money at you. Um, I guess is the easiest way of putting it with this administration. It's just like, hey, we're gonna throw money at you, and if we throw money at you, we'll be able to have you believe in the nonsense we're doing. Um, if you listen in on this, it's just like, hey, now we're gonna offer you $2,000 for you to purchase your own health care. And the thing is that for people that don't know about money, don't have money, and are low on money, $2,000 seems like a lot of money when it just gets put in your hand. But what people don't realize is like, what is $2,000 going to do for you when it comes to your medical insurance? MAGA doesn't seem to understand. MAGA's okay with a $2,000 payment to make it seem like, oh, you're actually doing something or you're actually benefiting from it. When in actuality, MAGA isn't getting anything out of this. If you got $2,000, $2,000 is not going to cover your healthcare coverage for the next who knows how many years. 2000 isn't even going to pay your whole healthcare insurance for the rest of, well, for all of next year. So to think that that's how easily the Republican Party and MAGA and these dumb fucks are persuaded and put into this thought process to believe that because of this they will have better health insurance. And it's just like to be MAGA right now, you have to be ignorant, you have to be stupid. For those Democrats that are believing in, oh, they are going to vote, we need to get rid of them. That's it. Those 8 senators that are proposing to vote on this and proposing to vote to end the shutdown is interesting to me because the thing is who's paying them? Because that's the only way I'm looking at this. Like, who's paying them? Because you got to look at it like this. These 8 Democrats are claiming that they want to end the shutdown because of the fact that their people don't have health coverage or because they don't have SNAP benefits. But at the same time, without the ACA subsidies being extended, these same Democrats are going to double and triple the amount that their constituents are paying. So it's not even like they're actually doing anything by opening it. The Republicans have basically said, like, put it like this: if the Republicans were so for extending the ACA subsidies, why wouldn't they just agree to put that in there for just extending it for a year and then deliberating it over the year? No, they made it so that, hey, we're going to vote on this situation second week of December. Why can't y'all vote on this now? Why is this being pushed down the road? It was just like they're not going to do it because they're talking about putting it in on the second week of December. Why ain't you voting on this now? This is a concern for Americans now because right now you notice how Americans are going through and renewing their healthcare coverage. I was just like it's crazy. It was just like at this point it's just like this is where it doesn't matter if you're Republican or well if you're Republican you're fine with this bullshit and you've been eating up all the nonsense. If you're a Democrat now, now's when you yeah, exactly. Open enrollment is now. So with open enrollment is now, it's just basically for what? You basically haven't done anything to make sure that people are receiving their SNAP benefits though. So basically, those corporations, those healthcare, are the ones that are probably pitching to these Democrats like, hey, we're gonna fund your campaign to make sure you get reelected. That's the only way I could see this happening. Because there's no other way that these Democrats right now are deciding that, hey, we're not going to actually get them to agree to anything, but we're going to vote in good faith, thinking that the Republicans are going to work in good faith. Mind you, these were the same Republicans that shut down the House of Representatives not to vote because they didn't want to deal or negotiate. So, what good faith do you really think these people are going to have when it comes to negotiating the subsidies of the ACA? Oh, just like you have to look at it in that in that manner. It's just like you want to come into the fact that these people have not negotiated with you. We've been on strike or on well strike basically because that's what I'll call it for them because I was just like these people have been on shutdown going on what 40 days now. 40 days of us being in a shutdown. And for 40 days, the Republicans have refused. The Republicans have refused to even negotiate. Not even like, hey, we'll negotiate this, or if y'all give us this, we'll give. No, they were just like, nah, we got this supposed clean bill, which is vague as hell, doesn't give any specifics, and gives a lot of leeway for these people to continue to do that. And then you notice that the reason that also which a lot of people ain't paying attention to is what's up, Paula? Is just that the second week of December, on December 2nd, the first week of December, you have a special election that will be running in the District of Tennessee. Special election is running in Tennessee. So literally they're running on this because the thing is they expect it to be a Republican seat. Meaning if they win that Republican seat, they don't have to worry about having anything again because you know why? They don't have the numbers again. Because right now they had the votes to get the Epstein files released. But if you wait till December 2nd and that Republican wins that special election, then they don't have the numbers anymore. They're talking about opening. They haven't opened yet. That yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to wait to cancel out that Arizona Arizona's vote. The the representative that still hasn't been sworn in, her vote gets canceled out if they wait for that special election. If that special election goes through and the Republican wins, then they don't have the votes to do it anymore. And that's the whole purpose of this. So they're extending that because then the thing is now they won't come to a vote to release the Epstein files. But at the same time, these people are not concerned or doing anything about the SNAP benefits. You just had the USDA say that they want you to stop funding these SNAP benefits. Because the thing is just another vote that they need. So they need 218 votes. But the thing is I believe that vote that seat that wasn't available was basically an empty seat. So basically, they didn't have to worry about anybody voting against it or voting for it because it was basically an empty seat that needed somebody to be selected. But if you select a Republican, now that adds another seat to the names, which doesn't give them the ability to do it. Yeah, they've done all this. Nah, I didn't see that, Miss Darling. But the thing is that these people are willing to give up on it so easily. So now you have Democrats, 8 Democrats that are supposedly Democratic centrists that are okay with not having the ACA subsidies extended. Because the thing is wasn't that the whole point of this shutdown? The whole point of this shutdown was to make sure that people's subsidies were still there so that people would still be able to afford or be able to get their thing. But at the same time, you decided that it would be better to not pay attention to it, to basically say, you know what, we're going to believe that the Republicans are going to keep their word. I'm not sure who all 8 of these people are, but these 8 we know who has to go. Besides all these other Republicans that have been on with this, all these 8 Democrats that decide to vote to open this legislation need to go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's just crazy to me that you're deciding. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they are. You're basically in this shutdown because of the fact that people are gonna have to pay more for their health insurance. But yet you want to say that you want to end this because of the fact that they don't have health insurance. Mind you, they're not going to be able to afford it after these subsidies run out. Then you have this piece of shit ass fucking president that decides that, oh, I'm gonna offer, all these gullible ass, dumbass motherfucking people $2,000 to make them fucking sound good. Like, oh, yes, $2,000 gonna help you with your fucking health insurance. The same way they were gonna put $1,000 to when you had a kid, right? What happened to that? Did I not say it, Tish? I've been calling this shit the whole fucking time. I was like, somebody was gonna give up and no, and shit was gonna. People were gonna give up their fucking spots. I said that shit. Democrats are gonna falter on some bullshit, and there was gonna be what? Some money given. And I said this. I basically said this last week, that money was gonna be offered to people to swindle them to change their fucking minds. I said this shit last week. On my last live, I said this. That they were gonna offer people money to make them persuade and make them switch and make them forget about the fact that they've been screwed over this whole fucking time. They haven't opened it yet, but they planning to. They're already talking about it because you got 8 Democrats that are talking about negotiating. And one of the negotiating things that they said was the House majority, the Senate majority, Senator Thune was just like, oh, we'll have this vote on the ACA subsidies in December, the second week of December. And I'm just trying to think, it was just like, bro, it's only the second week of November. So you mean to tell me that we gonna wait a whole nother month for y'all to deliberate on health insurance? Mind you, open enrollment is here now, and people need to enroll into their health insurance now? So what? So that people can enroll into it, and magically it was just like, oh shit, we just gotta raise prices because our subsidies ran out. But you already agreed to get into that contract. Ain't that a nice way to fuck you over, ain't it? So you gonna agree that, like, yeah, we're gonna get this subsidy. Oh yeah, these prices are great right now. And then all of a sudden they're gonna hit you with the, oh shit, you know what? This was your price. This was your price with ACA. But since they didn't extend it, unfortunately, it's gonna cost you more now. These old Republicans, it's 2 of them. 2 of them are from Georgia. So 2 of the senators I know are the Georgia senators. Those are 2 of them. And one of them was already in contention of losing his seat because I guess he's a piece of shit anyway. That's an easy, like, it just baffles me, the fact that it's just like, so what was the whole point of shutting the government down, and why didn't you just sign up for the shit now if you're gonna be a piece of shit now? Why didn't you just fucking sign off on the shit and the government would be fine? People would have funding. People would have their SNAP. Imagine the fact that you were planning to do this and nobody would have had to worry about not receiving their SNAP benefits. But let's not talk. But then Republicans and everybody will stay quiet about the fact that Donald Trump was trying to appeal what the judge said to make sure that everybody got SNAP benefits. That's so easy way for people to forget. Because you know why? It's easy because what did I say before? We're going to offer you some money. You gonna be mad at us, but what we gonna do? We gonna offer you some money. And I said that shit last fucking week. We gonna offer you some money, and most of these people just gonna crack under the pressure and be like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea to me. $2,000 for everybody? That's crazy. Crazy, huh? $2,000. Remember how everybody was supposedly going to get a $5,000 check because of all the money that Doge saved. So you saved all this money from Doge. We can't find it. You supposedly getting billions and billions of dollars in tariffs. Can't find it. You were able to fund Argentina for the tune of $40 billion. We don't have that money. You were able to put budgeting in to make sure that all these agencies that were against the American people, trying to do ICE and all that shit, got excessive fucking raises, but then somehow you didn't have the money to pay fucking American people that were Americans. And where's the fucking money? Where is the fucking money? That's all I wanted. Where's the fucking money? Now, I don't care about the ballroom because the ballroom was supposedly paid by the people that got all these tax cuts. They paid for the ballroom. So I'm not concerned with the ballroom. I'm concerned with the USDA not having the money that it's always had for reserves. That's the part I'm concerned with, because where's that money? Because that money was put there to be allocated for reserves. It wasn't there for any other reason. The whole purpose of that was to put it in as reserves. Look at this dumbass. Everybody look at this dumbass.
Another one.
It's like, wow, you haven't found any money anywhere. So all this money that we supposedly saved, we supposedly took care of, all this money that we supposedly got to, and all the shit that dumbasses like Darren over here voted for and decided to say, oh, this is what we voted for. We voted for us to not get any money, be told we're gonna get money, be lied about it, and be a fucking nut swallower the whole fucking time while doing it. Because till this day, you still haven't gotten shit out of this administration. You know what that is? That we going on what? 10 months of this administration? And you still haven't benefited anything? What have you been able to get? Let me guess. The border? Because the border made you money, right? The border made you money? The border lowered your gas prices. Shit. The border lowered your fucking groceries, right? Because what it actually did was raise the prices. Because of the fact that you don't have those people that were actually doing the job. Not those dumbass MAGA ones that said, oh, we were getting our jobs stolen. Not those, because those are too stupid to do the jobs. It was the ones that decided, you know what? We're going to go and be racist. And we're going to go and do this. And the thing is that's what I love about MAGA, because you'll always have MAGA who's just like, I'm just doing fine. I'm doing fine. If the rest of the country struggles, you're not gonna be doing fine. If the rest of the country's struggling, how are you gonna do fine? Because let me guess, you must be one of those business owners, right? The business owner that has everything and everything. Was just like, yeah, you gonna make money. If you got a business, right, and people don't got money to spend on your business, how do you make money in your business? How do you make money when nobody has money? Imagine this right now, right? Imagine the people that were putting money into the economy because they were receiving SNAP benefits because they were using it to buy groceries. can't buy them no more. So what do you think that's gonna affect when it comes to the corporations? Because the corporations gonna feel it. The corporation's gonna keep on feeling it. It's always somebody that has no followers, no nothing. It was just like it's always MAGA. MAGA always has the thought process that their actual thoughts matter when they haven't been able to get anybody to follow them. Nobody listens to you. Nobody listens to MAGA. When's the last time you went and seen somebody that was MAGA be interviewed on Fox News like, hey, tell me what you think about this situation? You notice how they never have no dumb fucks like you on there? You notice that, right? You notice that? They never have a stupid ass MAGA motherfucker on the news talk about, yeah, please tell us what you think about this. You never seen that, have you? Never seen that. Never seen that you can be called stupid and you acknowledge that you're stupid, because even Donald Trump said you were stupid. So the fact that the president himself acknowledges the fact that he likes stupid people and you stupid, it's crazy. Let me guess. Let me guess. You another Charlie Kirk sympathizer? The one that told you somebody stole your job? The one that told you that education was bad for you because he couldn't complete it? The one that said that people were beating him out of his job because he was there? Yeah, it makes sense. I already know you were Charlie Kirk sympathizer because you were one of the biggest fucking victim fucking blamers there is. The biggest victim was Charlie Kirk, but he grasped the stupidity out of you dumb fucks. He grasped it. He understood, like, yo, how do I get to these stupid people? I make them a fucking baby. I make them cry about all these situations. I tell them black people stole their jobs. I tell them a person that didn't have any intelligence beat them out. What does that say about you? What does that say about you that you had a person that was uneducated, didn't speak the language, and still beat you out of a job? You gloating about being a fucking dumbass. That's all you doing. You gloating that somebody that couldn't speak the language, just came over the border, didn't have a home, didn't have a car, didn't have anything, beat you out of a job. That means that you were always the DEI hire and not them. They included you into the job because you were too fucking stupid. That a person that had no supposed knowledge beat you out of a job? You know how crazy of a statement that is? But keep on gloating about somebody beating you out of your job. You just basically, you're so stupid at voicing the fact that you're inadequate. Imagine that. You're voicing the fact that you're inadequate. You're voicing the fact that you're a bitch. You're voicing the fact that somebody beat you out of a job. And you call yourself the manliest of men. That's crazy, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? The manliest of men get beat out by people that can't even speak the language? It's okay to be the victim. It's okay to be stupid. But don't try to bring yourself into situations and conversations where you yourself will not be able to have any intellect, any resource, any capability or accountability to fucking have the conversation. You came into the wrong room, my dude. You thought that here you would be able to speak and people would actually embrace your stupidity. You came into the wrong chat room. Because here people don't understand your stupidity. Most people are wondering, like, why is a dumb fuck like this still here? Why is he even making comments? Because the thing is MAGA can't even pay attention to the fucking stupidity you have. MAGA don't even want to know you. MAGA don't even want to hear about you. You know how I know that? Because how is it that with all these people in this room, not one person has come to back you? Not one. Of all the people in here, not one has backed you. You know what that is? That MAGA's even like, damn, this motherfucker stupid. That's crazy. Because you're not going to tell me that everybody in this room is here because they want to listen to me. No. There's a bunch of y'all here just waiting to say something stupid. But y'all can't even back each other up. Look at all everybody. Look, I haven't even I haven't said anything. And there's people in the chat already calling you out on your ignorance. There's no MAGA here to defend you. No MAGA here to back you up. No MAGA that has any kind of intellectual fucking conversation or discussion to be brought up. That shows you worst of the worst. You the bottom of the barrel when it comes to fucking MAGA. You gotta be at the bottom of the barrel of MAGA. That MAGA don't even defend you. MAGA don't even want to. You know what that is? That I've had these people here, and these people already here, and they talking shit for me myself. I don't even have to respond. I don't even have to respond. People in the chat alone are like, "Yo, bro, you stupid." They just go into
Another one.
another fucking dumbass in the fucking chat. Another one that came into the same fucking thought process. Another one that came in thinking, damn, I'ma just try to gaslight this dude because he looks like he could be gaslit. I was like, I'm sorry. I have intellect. I have intelligence. I actually have knowledge of what's going on. I actually studied on what's going on. I don't have the fucking ability to just be a dumbass the whole fucking time, have nobody to listen to. Just look, they even telling you to go night night. Go night night, bro. Go night night. Night night. Night night. It was just like, the thing is, it's just like, if you're a minority and you MAGA, you beyond fucking stupid. You dumber than he is. That's the funnier part. If you a minority and you MAGA, you worse than the dumbest of fucking MAGA. You worse than they are. Because of the fact that, imagine you being the stupidest of MAGA and they don't listen to you. Now imagine the fact that you a minority and you think they're gonna include you in anything. You beyond stupid. You beyond you one of the. Let me guess. You light skinned. You gotta be light skinned because that's the only way. You gotta be light skinned because you gotta be beyond fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid right there. You think they're gonna include you? You think they're gonna? That's what it is, because you got to be light skinned. The only way that you thinking you white right now is because you light skinned. That's it. Because look at all the minorities that were just jumping for joy for Donald Trump. And it's just like, vote for Trump, vote for Trump. Which one of them got an actual seat in the cabinet? Which one of them actually got help? Shit, what happened to all those supposed unions that were actually getting a benefit from Donald Trump supposedly helping them in the mines, right? What happened to all those mines? What happened to all the money, MAGA? It was just like y'all was so concerned on racism and stupidity that y'all didn't amount to anything. Y'all okay with people not having health insurance, or the fact that it was just like, oh no, I can take care of myself. When shit gets bad, who you think they're going after? When shit gets bad, who do you think they go after? The ones that supposedly, you doing so well, right? I guess you don't need this, huh? I guess you ain't need that either, right? You doing so well. You doing so good. I was just like, imagine that. Imagine, because that's the thing. It's crazy that you have. It's crazy that you have all these Republicans, and then the fact if you a Democrat that actually believes in this shit, you worse than. So it's like a fucking ladder here. You got fucking MAGA, you got minority MAGAs, and then you got Democrats that actually believe MAGA. You, if you one of those, believe me, you beyond fucking you're irreparable. You that's it. You can't be fixed. Cause if you below, if you MAGA, then you got a minority MAGA. Then you got a Democrat that believes what MAGA says, bro. You beyond stupid. So any one of these fucking Democratic fucking senators that believes that this is an actual thing to do it, you gotta be stupid. Because Mike Johnson has lied to you every single fucking day of every single fucking press conference. The fact that, put it like this, Republicans have been more concerned with fucking Zoran Mamdani winning New York City than they have making sure that their own fucking constituents had money for SNAP. Republicans are more concerned with the mayor of New York City. And put it like this, and this is now I understand why Mitch McConnell has been in office for so fucking long in Kentucky. Because of the stupid ass people that live in Kentucky. Imagine the fact that the people in Kentucky were actually going to the voting places because they thought they could vote on New York City's mayor. I'm gonna say that again. The people in Kentucky were going to the voting polls and the election places to go and vote for the New York City mayor. And then you wonder why education is fucking important. Then you wonder why MAGA continues to vote for the same stupidity over and over and over again. Like, bro, how stuck on stupid are you? Look at this dumbass. Look at this dumbass right here. Let's highlight the person that couldn't even find the factual information that I just stated and wants to call it bullshit because you want to be a cocksucker. It's okay, bro. Your knees hurt. I got it. You had people in a fucking state thinking that their fucking vote was gonna do something for a vote in another fucking state. Now imagine how stupid, imagine how gullible they are when they heard that Donald Trump was gonna give them $2,000. They were thinking they were gonna vote for fucking against Mom Donnie. They were thinking they were gonna vote against Mom Donnie. So I could only imagine the fucking backflips and the cartwheels and all the dancing. No, I am not joking. That was reported because the fucking senators in Kentucky were getting phone calls. Their offices were getting phone calls, and this was already fucking mass produced. It's funny how BuzzFeed left, right? BuzzFeed got quiet after that. He's like, oh shit, he called me out. Damn. I thought it was safe here. I thought I can talk nonsense. I thought I could get away. Not here, bitch. This isn't one of your MAGA fucking congregations. I'm not here for stupid people on any fucking side. I don't give a fuck if you're Republican. I don't give a fuck if you Democrat. Oh my God, look, I'm a bitch, but I don't have the balls to fucking jump up and say anything about it in the box. It's okay, bro. Y'all all do the same. Y'all all do the same shit. Y'all all talk a hot shit. Y'all, you know what? You like those same people in New York that said, oh, if Mamdani leave, we gonna leave. If Mamdani win, we gonna leave. The same ones that said, oh, if Joe Biden win, I'm leaving the country. You the same ones. Your bitch ass is still here, so who the fuck is gonna listen to your nonsense at any point now? You've been talking this nonsense since fucking Obama was in office. Talk about this guy's fucking bad for the country. This is fucking terrible. I'm gonna leave. Bitch, we'll buy the flight for you. But your ass is still here, right? How many years later? Since Obama, you said you was gonna leave, and still you are. Here you are, MAGA. Haven't left a day in your fucking thing. Why are you still here? Why didn't you move to? A matter of fact, why don't you move to Argentina? I hear they got beef over there. I heard they got some good beef. They actually got soybeans too. You should look into Argentina because they getting more money than the American fucking people. So I'm guessing, you know what I'm saying? Argentina. I heard the weather's nice too. Why you still here? Nah, it was 40 billion. It was 40 billion. It wasn't 20 billion. What happened was, and this is what people don't understand, we lost 20 billion. So they're just trying to say it's 20 million. They did 40 billion in exchange. When they did the exchange, the money fucking halved. The currency in Argentina dropped 20 billion. It dropped to half of its currency rate. So basically what it was worth, it dropped to half of that. So literally, we exchanged 40 billion American for 40 billion Argentinian pesos. And then all of a sudden, their economy dropped even more, that it halved the price of their fucking peso. So meaning literally we gave them 40 billion and we ended up with 20 because they shit dropped in half. Oh yeah, but I forgot. Lizette, thank you for that. I forgot. MAGA don't like Spanish people. That's why they haven't left. I understand. Y'all too stupid to learn a different language. It's okay. I understand. I understand that stupidity hurts. I understand not being cultured is okay. But that's why you don't want to leave. Because you don't like brown people because they speak different languages, yet they speak the English language better than you do. Because remember, don't forget, they beat you out of a job. Meaning they probably spoke better English. So, y'all just losing on all fronts, ain't y'all? That's crazy. How you losing on all fronts? MAGA been talking about we winning. We winning. Winning what? Illiteracy? Stupidity? Ignorance? You know what? I'm actually glad birth rates are declining. Because you want these dumb fucks to reproduce? You lost me on that one. You lost me on that one. I would rather the birth rate decline. If we gonna keep having those fucking idiots fucking reproduce, I'll pass. I'll take less numbers. It's like we don't need these people to. Why do we need people to reproduce that got beat out by people that don't belong in this country? It's like you want people that are inadequate to reproduce. You want people that got beat out by people that weren't even from this country. Let's keep the people that beat them out, and let's not get these people in. Y'all ever thought of that? Y'all ever thought of that as a thought process? You ever thought that would probably be a better situation? That it was like, maybe we should get rid of MAGA because y'all can't beat out the immigrants. Y'all can't beat out the undocumented. So how the fuck are we keeping y'all? I'm just concerned because the thing is just like the thing I do understand is that a lot of MAGA doesn't have health insurance. I understand that, and that's one of the reasons I do understand that. Because the thing is this is something that MAGA hasn't thought of, right? So I'm gonna elaborate on this. MAGA most of the time works for some company or something, right? They work for a company. They're blue collar people, right? So they're probably in some union or they have some, some like group health insurance for their job, right? right? Y'all understand that. Everybody understands that, right? So, what they failed to realize is that the ACA was helping them get more money into their pockets. Those subsidies also help them receive lower costs in their group insurance for their job. But imagine the fact that now health insurance is going to skyrocket across the board for everybody. And MAGA is too fucking stupid to realize that that means your group insurance goes up too. What you thought, they was just going to leave your job alone? You thought insurance was just going to go for the single people, right? That's what your dumbass fucking thought, right? You only thought it was going to go for them. It makes sense, because that's the thing. It's just like, y'all don't know how to think for yourselves, but y'all get excited as fuck when somebody says, I'm going to give you $2,000 to pay for your fucking health care. How much does your company take out of your fucking check for the year to pay for your group health insurance? Just a question. So literally they're going to give you a one-time payment of $2,000, and that's going to keep you fucking straight for the next fucking year, right? Damn, you fucking stupid. Damn. Like, damn. You see how, you see what happens when you come into a chat room, MAGA? That you talking to somebody that's educated. It's not here to fucking gotcha. It's just to explain how stupid you fucking are. That's the difference here. I don't come here to fucking try to hit you with a gotcha moment or just like, oh, you're wrong. No, I'm just going to explain how you stupid. I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. What the fuck do I got to sugarcoat shit for? If I tell you sugarcoat it, you must, I don't know what y'all fucking think if I sugarcoat it. If I tell you straight up, you still dumb as fuck. It was like, look at this guy. It was just like, that's what y'all come in, because y'all haven't been able to contradict anything. So y'all just have to try to laugh at the fact that, damn, I gotta laugh at myself because I'm too stupid to actually say anything worthwhile to combat this dude. So I'm gonna just keep talking like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and then I'm gonna just fucking laugh. No, bro, we laughing at you. We know you don't comprehend what I'm saying. So I know that you laughing, thinking that you laughing at me, when in actuality, everybody's laughing at you. Because the thought process isn't there. The actual intellect has never been there for MAGA. Y'all been trying to find which way y'all can prove that y'all been winning and haven't been able to in 10 months. So what makes you think you're going to be winning the rest of the way? Oh no, I am mad, because at the same time, these dumbass MAGA have these same MAGA fucking veterans that are the reason why we're in the predicaments we in right now. Because of dumb fucking MAGA veterans. The ones that are just like, oh, they're for me, they're here to take care of me, they always look out for me. No, you're the dumb fucks that keep being ran over every single fucking possible way possible. And then you still ignorant and stupid enough to vote. So I guess there's another listing. I guess then you're fucking, you got MAGA, you got minority MAGA, you got Democrats that believe in what MAGA say, and then you got MAGA fucking veterans. I guess that's the fucking breakdown. I guess that's the easiest fucking breakdown to put it. That's the easiest way to fucking put it. You the worst of the worst, because you actually served this country. Because you got to think about it. Imagine that you swore an oath to the Constitution and you see what's happening with the Constitution and you okay with what's going on. And then you okay with veterans struggling to get their disabilities taken care of. And then you okay with them trying to restructure the veteran benefits. Mind you, most fucking MAGA veterans don't even know that in the world right now alive, there are about 19 million fucking veterans. 19 million fucking veterans. And I just want y'all to take a wild guess. How many million do y'all think are actually on disability compensation? Just take a guess. I want y'all to just take a guess. There's 19 million. 19 million in total. I just want y'all to guess how many million do y'all think are receiving disability compensation that is supposedly draining so much of the resources? Anybody? Anybody know? What's up, Southwest? Anybody know? Anybody know how many veterans are actually on disability compensation right now? 6 million. 6 million out of 19 million. Out of 19 million, there is 6 million veterans that are receiving disability compensation. 19 million in total. 6 million are the only ones that are getting compensation for it. So you mean to tell me that supposedly all these resources and all this money is being drained out of this country by 6 million veterans? 6 million veterans. You mean to tell me that these 6 million veterans are taking up so much fucking money? But then the thing is they want to lie about it and they want to act all deceitful about it. Like, yo, if you join the military already knows that if you join the military and you get 100% disability, they're already accounting for that. Because they already know you join the military. There's a chance you might not come back the same, and they know you're not gonna come back the same. The thing is that you have a lot of these so-called tough guy MAGA fucking veterans that be like, oh my god, some of these veterans are getting shit and this and that. All I gotta say to you bitch ass fucking veterans that are causing this, if you were such a fucking tough guy in service, then shut the fuck up while you out. Because there's actual veterans that need fucking assistance. There's actual veterans that have been hurt. There's actual veterans that have been traumatized. There have been veterans that have been raped, have been assaulted, have been blown up. There's a ton of them. But some of them got into that thought process of the military of just, you know what? I shouldn't speak. It looks bad if I talk. It looks bad if I voice that I have mental issues. Shit, I might lose my security clearance if I tell them I've had these night terrors, nightmares. Who the fuck is gonna speak up when their livelihood can be jeopardized? But here you are, the tough guy veterans, right? The tough guy veterans. The ones who are just like, oh, I did all this shit and I ain't get no disability. Why? Because your dumbass fed into the system. Your dumbass decided to listen to the fact that you shouldn't take care of your own body when nobody else was going to take care of you. You thought that this shit lasted forever. But you were too stupid to fucking realize the same way MAGA gets used by this administration, veterans get used while in the fucking military. If you smart enough, you take care of yourself. But most of y'all didn't. Most of y'all did y'all whole time. Bitched and complained, never got seen, never got fixed, never got medication, never got looked at, and now all of a sudden you complain because somebody that actually took care of their shit is taken care of. While you hear what? Full of bullshit here, gloating on a fucking president that fucking had bone spurs? Bone spurs. Bone spurs. Bone spurs. Not to go to war. Yeah, some of y'all deployed, and some of y'all friends didn't come back. But you shouldn't be compensated for the fact that you got to think about your friend not coming back, huh? Shouldn't be compensated for that, right? You tough. You the man. You that tough guy, right? Then stay fucking tough and shut the fuck up for everybody that is trying to take care of themselves. Because you're part of the fucking problem. You're the ones that are okay with all this shit going on. And then the funny thing is, like most MAGA, most Republicans, when all this shit fucking happens, y'all quick to be quiet. Y'all the first ones to be quiet. Y'all the first ones that don't know how to fucking react to anything, don't know how to say anything, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, we gonna stay quiet now. Even though, cause we look foolish, we ain't gonna be as bold and bad as we were then, huh? Cause now you look like a fucking fool. So like I said, worst of the worst, you got MAGA, you got minority MAGAs, you got Democrats that believe in MAGA, and then you got fucking veteran MAGA. That's the fucking hierarchy of fucking ignorance and stupidity. Cause I love the fact, you know what I love? Cause I love all these YouTube channels, all the YouTube channels. Cause I got a YouTube channel, but I help veterans. I don't charge them for it. I don't gimmick you into paying me money to help you with your disabilities or your entitlements or your school stuff. I just help you. But you have a lot of these other YouTubers and a lot of these other content creators. It's just like, hey, if you give me some money, I'll help you get your benefits. I was like, I thought we were all brothers in arms. Why the fuck are you charging them for fucking some shit that's free already? And then the funnier part is when these content creators, because most of them are veterans too. The funnier part is when most of these content creators that are veterans want to act all surprised that this happening. Yo, bitch ass voted for Trump. You were okay with this. You were okay with this happening. Don't act all fucking surprised now because you want your views to stay up. Be man enough to say, yeah, I voted for Trump and this is the reason why we in this fucking shit right now. Don't be all tough and be like, oh my God, I'm so shocked. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe they're going after our benefits. All surprised now? Now all these veterans want to act like, I didn't think they would do this. Well, you didn't listen to the smart ones, did you? You wanted to be the one that kept on following orders because you got too institutionalized to think for your fucking self. The ones that got benefits right now thought for themselves because they took care of themselves. Because they knew at the end of the day, no matter what the fuck happened in the military, that shit isn't forever. Nothing is fucking forever. But your dumbass thought it was. And here we are. And now you got brothers and sisters that don't get the benefits they need. Shit, you got a lot of veterans. Matter of fact, you got 1.2, I believe, 1.2 to 1.6 veterans that receive SNAP right now. But y'all awfully quiet about that too, huh? They don't deserve it, right? They don't deserve it. Those veterans don't deserve the help, right? That's awfully quiet because they always talk about the single moms and shit like that. But you never hear them mention the fucking veterans, do they? Because they don't want to say that part. They don't want to say, oh no, those veterans deserve to not get their SNAP benefits. You never hear that part, did you? You ever heard that? You ever heard of any of these Republicans saying that shit? You haven't heard nothing mentioning the veterans. Oh, we don't want to piss that. We don't want to piss these dumb fucks that can actually get mad. We don't want to piss them off. We don't want to piss those dumb fucks of veterans off, right? We don't want to do that. We shouldn't do that. No, we don't want to do that. Even though they collect SNAP too. But you ain't saying shit there, huh? Now you a fucking veteran that voted for Trump. That's okay with your brothers and sisters. And most of these people are the old retired ones that went to Vietnam and shit. People that saw combat worse than Afghanistan and Iraq did. And here you are thinking it's okay for people not to get their funding. But hey, you're a cocksucker. I understand. It's okay. We all know now. You know how I know? Because of the fact that Jeff Bezos decided to have a $50 million fucking wedding to rent out a fucking city in another fucking country, and you didn't say a fucking thing. But here you are mad that a single mom is getting benefits. to feed their fucking kid. Oh, don't get me started on those Vietnam veteran hats that voted for Trump. Don't switch it. Put your red MAGA hat on. Stop being bitches. I know y'all running now. A lot of y'all ain't wearing those hats no more. A lot of those red MAGA hats have disappeared very fast. I mean fast. It was just like SNAP benefits fast. Or health insurance fast. Or fucking tariff money fast. Or Doge check fast. That's how fast them fucking red MAGA hats have been disappearing. So it's just like the ignorance is fucking crazy. The stupidity y'all have is fucking crazy. MAGA ain't amounting to anything and hasn't amounted to anything and won't amount to anything. Y'all just like, y'all ain't wearing y'all red hats as proudly as y'all were now because y'all all struggling. Y'all all going to the fucking store and looking at beef prices like, what the fuck is this? How much is ground beef? My glasses must be foggy. This can't be the price. It's just like the fuck? Looking at that shit. You start crossing your eyes thinking you fucking dyslexic or some shit. Can't be right. These numbers can't be right. I'm seeing cross-eyed. That number ain't supposed to be in the front. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going? What am? Yo, what up, Ty? It's just like motherfuckers will see that shit and be like, it was like, is that number supposed to be that high? They must have dropped the shipment. It had to have been that they dropped the shipment. It couldn't have been that. That's it. Had to have been. Had to have been. Oh, another reminder, y'all. Here, don't gift. Don't gift here. I appreciate it. I see all the people that have gift here. Just if you gonna give a heart. Do a heart and like the stream. Don't gift here. This is just something that has to be said. If you're gonna be here, I appreciate you tuning in. Follow me on YouTube. Oh, I froze. See, YouTube don't. TikTok don't like when I do this shit. TikTok don't like when I do that shit. TikTok be getting upset. TikTok be getting upset as shit when I start talking too much good and it happens. You know what I noticed that it happens a lot? Every single time I say that I'm about to, that not to gift, don't give me any gifts. Just give me the heart me's and like the stream. My main camera freezes. Every single time. That shit has happened on like everything. I never had this problem before. I never had the fact that my camera would fucking... And now it doesn't even show up, which is the interesting part. That's busy, you right. They were like, we need a, yo, bro, we need that cut. Can't be telling these people not to give you money. We need the money. We trying to run this. We need the money. We don't care if you get the money. We need the money. You need to fund us. Stop saying all this nonsense of not funding us. It was like, like Denzel said, yo, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something. I'm leaving with something. Oh man. I just don't know why that is. It's just like my camera doesn't have, I've never had these problems before till TikTok. Never had these problems before where I would have it freeze on me like that. Only on TikTok does that happen, that it freezes my camera somehow. Only place it's happened. And then the crazy thing is that then my camera doesn't even function again. And that's the part that bothers me the most. It's like it doesn't even function anymore. So it's just like it doesn't even come back out. So that's why I was just like, it's interesting to me because the camera just stops working in its totality. What kind of mic am I using? I'm using a Shure mic. No, I have not heard him. I have not heard him. I don't. Busy most of the time. I don't even bother to watch it. How do I like my mic? Y'all hear me clear enough, so that's good enough for me. That's how I feel. When it comes to anything with content creating, as long as people listen to you and they can hear you clearly, that's all you need. Look at the video of him at the Commanders game. I'll check it out. I don't pay attention to him, man, because the thing is most of the time with Donald Trump, anything that comes out is just plain bullshit. You just dealing with bullshit at all ends, and that's it. That's all it is. It's just bullshit at all ends. This is an MV7. Why the fuck? They boot him. It's just like the thing is, it's just like the problem is that you have too many people that are into this, in this predicament and in this thing. It's just like I don't even bother. I don't even bother. I was just like it's not even a bother with it because it's just to the point where it's just like all this stuff it gets stupid at the fact that it continues to happen. It doesn't change anything. You have people that are just continuously bought out by this administration and by the corporations that is just telling, and you keep on seeing the stuff. You keep on seeing how all this stuff keeps on being influenced by outside entities. The last USB device you connected to this computer malfunctioned. Interesting. Hmm. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Give me a second. See how that works. See if that works. There we go. We back up. We back up on the better camera. That was just the backup camera I have, just in case. Let's see if it pays to have a backup. Yeah, that's just what it is. It's just like these changes. None of these things have changed. None of these things have been happening, and it's just like it's interesting to see that, and it's just like you have to pay attention to it, and that's the problem with it. I was just like, why that dude was asking me about my microphone, I don't know, but whatever. You don't think you understand what exactly? Because at this point, that was just like that was just the beginning part of the fucking thing. I was just like, what the big problem is also with this platform and stuff like that on all these platforms is a lot of people just do this shit for clout. A lot of people don't want to actually have those conversations. A lot of people don't want to have those instances where they actually have the conversations where they matter. Um, and that's what it is. Because the thing is I don't got time for this bullshit that MAGA likes to pretend that they don't know what's going on. Most of the time, MAGA forgets half of the shit that happens. And then when you remind them of it, they'll be like, no, that's fake. It was like, no, you believed all this shit from the get go. MAGA, you were the same ones that believed he got shot in the ear and wore a fucking maxi pad on your fucking ear. Y'all were the same ones that did that shit. And acted like, oh no, that didn't happen. The same ones that heard when fucking Stephen Miller, that same fucking weasel, was like, oh, everybody's gonna get about $5,000 in Doge checks because that's all the money we're gonna save with Doge. You saved all this money with Doge, you saved all this money with contracts, yet you don't have any money? I just don't understand that. I don't understand how these people can continue to be so gullible. You continue to be so gullible and you continue to not understand the process of what's going on in this country and not understanding that these things, no matter what, you as an American in this country will feel the effects. Unless you're a multi-millionaire, you are going to feel the effects. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter how good you think you're doing or whatever. If you are an American, you are going to feel this. Yeah, everybody's about to get. The funny thing, Jeanette, about that is that everybody's about to get those fucking $2,000 back anyway. Because if that judge says that those tariffs were illegal of him doing it, we're supposed to get our money back because we've paid the tariffs. He never says how, because the thing is he doesn't know. He just knows that if he says this, but right now, the Republican Party is squirming because most of their constituents are the ones that are taking SNAP benefits. Most of their constituents are the ones that are going to have the harder problem with the fucking health insurance. But the thing is that they're ignorant enough to believe the fact it's just like, hey, if I tell them I'm going to give them $2,000, they're going to believe the fact that they're actually going to be able to pay something with that. What are you gonna pay with 2,000? What health? What fucking coverage gives you for $2,000? Please, somebody tell me what coverage you get for $2,000. What fucking coverage do you get for $2,000? What insurance? Please, somebody, please, because there gotta be some. There gotta be some MAGA. No, 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 no. I am gonna refuse to believe that. I know there has to be some MAGA in here, because you know these motherfuckers know everything. So please, MAGA, show the fuck up and tell me what fucking health insurance you got that's only gonna cost you $2,000 for the whole fucking year. I'll wait. I need one of y'all to, cause y'all know, cause you know why? Cause every time I have one of these streams, MAGA always shows up, and whatever I'm talking about, they always an expert in. But then when I ask so-called experts to show up to the fucking live and explain, all of a sudden they magically fucking disappear. So please tell me, which one of y'all, which one of y'all dumb fucks has the fucking insurance that only costs $2,000 a year? I need to know because I need to switch. I think everybody in this chat will agree. We switching. Like tomorrow, talk about open enrollment. Give me the phone number. We calling tomorrow. $2,000 a year? Where the fuck they do that at? Everybody in this motherfucker. This is the one thing MAGA will probably agree with me too. They'll start asking for the phone number too. They'll be like, yo, what number is this? I'll sign up. MAGA will be like, damn, that's a pretty damn good fucking deal if I heard one myself. Shit, everybody want that coverage. What the fuck is that $2,000 coverage? Fuck out of here. That's why MAGA's so fucking ignorant and stupid. Because the thing is all you got to do is wave something shiny in front of them. They fucking go crazy. Look, you gave them a fucking gold phone. Oh, oh my god, I can make the same phone calls with a gold phone with shit ass service. Like, come on, man. You had gold phone. Y'all think that's the thing. Y'all think y'all in the fucking 80s and y'all must think y'all some like 80s rappers, right? With the fucking thick ass fucking Cuban links and the gold rope fucking chains, and you thought it was bling blinged out, and you thought that was happening, right? That's what you thought. You thought you were gonna become them, right? That's what you thought. Oh, I forgot. It's Trump RX, right? Trump RX is gonna do. You imagine this. Imagine this, right? Imagine that he dropped. Look at the price. Remember how they showed the drop price in Ozempic, right? It went from $1,000 to 350. That was just for a drug. What insurance is going to be $2,000? If the one drug alone was $350, what the fuck is $2,000 going to do for you? Paula, you know damn well these people don't got no damn dental. Cover dental. These motherfuckers don't know what the fucking cover. It was like that shit is fucking crazy. You ain't covering shit. You can't cover nothing. For $2,000, you can't cover nothing. So the fact that these people got excited at the fact that Donald Trump said we gonna give you a refund. Which I already said that's what he was gonna do. Remember, I said this last week. I said last week that shit was gonna happen and they were gonna offer money up. I said it. I said it. And everybody, like, people don't want to listen to me. People don't want to listen to me. I said this shit last week. That shit was gonna happen and they were gonna offer up fucking money. I've already seen how this administration works. It's not it's not new. These people use the same fucking tactic every single time. Every single time. It's like, oh, well, when shit is going bad, you know what? Just offer them some money. Yo, we don't got enough kids. Give them $1,000. Remember that? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember? You remember? You remember? You remember? When you were getting $1,000 to have a kid, but to have the kid is going to be like 15,000. Dumbass fucking people. Man. I fucking swear. Eric, I already said that. I said that last week and I was saying it the whole week. I said that to get MAGA back, they're going to offer them money. Or I also said that they were going to give those checks or some checks. I said that they were going to give them next year before the midterm. You're going to get a check that's going to make you forget about all the SNAP benefits going, all the fucking groceries stores fucking being overpriced, everything being overpriced, your insurance being overpriced, you not being able to afford shit, you can't buy no fucking houses, all that shit. I said it. I said that. It's like my thing is just like, yo, if it's supposedly a tax return and I'm giving my taxes back, why the fuck am I why do I have to put deductions and shit like that? That's the amount of taxes I paid. Why ain't I getting that back? If you ain't using it, why ain't I getting it back? I said that they were gonna do it because that's the fucking scheme. How do you when people are struggling, like it's the same thing. Like I remember this, and this is gonna show my age. Have y'all seen the fucking Eddie Murphy fucking comedies, them old school comedies? And he was just like, man, when a person's starving, you give them a saltine cracker, that's gonna be the best fucking cracker they ever had in their life, cause they starving. They gonna be like, is this what was that? What was that? What kind of cracker was that? Was that? That was delicious. It was like, nah, bro, that's the cheapest shit we could fucking find. But that shit's gonna taste like $1,000,000 fucking bucks if you haven't had a crack in a long time. He ain't gonna say $1,000,000 because the thing is this is something that they can afford. This country can, if this country was able to give $40 billion to Argentina, a country that isn't fucking thing, it's not to pacify. Cause look, I don't. This is the easiest explanation why you don't gotta say a large amount. Look at how many people voted for Donald Trump just because they thought he gave them $1,200 in a stimulus check. No, I'm serious though. I'm just I know you joking, but I'm just saying that's the easiest explanation. They already saw that with $1,200, they were able to get people to vote for him during the fucking stimulus because of the stimulus check, and it wasn't even him that wanted them to get the fucking stimulus check. And people went crazy and voted for him over $1,200. You mean to tell me for the fucking midterm elections to sway the vote, if you tell people you gonna give them 2,000 and you give them $2,000, which is probably gonna be included in your tax return? If you've been struggling to fucking get food because your SNAP benefits is out, and somebody gives you $2,000, if you struggling with SNAP benefits right now, and then you're gonna be struggling with health insurance right now, $2,000 that's supposed free money is gonna be great, but I bet you it ain't gonna be tax free. I bet you that $2,000 is gonna go on your fucking taxes as income. You don't gotta be a rocket science for this shit. It's not rocket science. Oh yeah, on top of the no tax on OT. But did you hear that the IRS and corporations are not doing anything different with the W-2s? So the W-2s are just going to be like the W-2s regularly are. So they're not really going to give you that differential noticing or statement saying that, hey, this is what you made in overtime, this is what you didn't make in overtime. They're just going to put how much you made. Yeah, I ain't hear about that, did? Huh? I ain't hear about that? No? Oh shit. Now you know. Because you need proper documentation to show what your overtime was. And if you don't got all your pay stubs showing what was overtime and what wasn't, I pay attention to the shit that most people don't. That's what it is. You got to pay attention to the small things. I always pay attention to the shit that most people don't. Because everybody just looks at it at the surface level. No. This administration has already taught y'all, and y'all should be learning that already. That when they tell you something, it's like that list. You got MAGA, minority MAGAs, Dems that believe in MAGA, and dumbass MAGA veterans. It's the same shit. They're gonna tell you this. They tell you that we're gonna give you $2,000. Where that $2,000 coming from? Do I have to put it on my taxes? Of course you're gonna put it on your taxes, $2,000. Is it going to be a credit? No, it's just going to be $2,000 that's added as your income. Oh, so I got to add $2,000 that might actually put me into another bracket if that $2,000 does that, even though most of the time 2,000 doesn't. But um, Lizette, when has there ever been a line item for OT on a W-2? What's up, Eugene? Like I said, I looked into this. I look into it in ways that people don't. I was just like, why? Because MAGA's too fucking stupid to think about that. No, because the thing is they'll make a thing if you have any donations going to your um retirement fund, to your IRA, to your traditional Roth or IRA Roth. They'll show if you have any charity donations, but they never show or give you explanation of how much overtime you worked. They just want to make sure, hey, this is how much you got paid for the year. This is what you paid in taxes. Now, if you go into the file your taxes, and most of these blue collar jobs, unless it's one of those blue collars that you do all the time, you need to make sure that you keep your pay stub, because your pay stub is going to be the one that shows that you have this and this. And if you don't work on pay stubs and you work on cash, remember the no cash on tips all either, you're going to have to report all the cash you made in order to get it no tip. But then the thing is since you're getting taxed on that, you have to show that it's legitimate. And if you can't provide the documentation showing for it, you're not going to get a credit for something that you can't provide you got in overtime. According to your W 2, you worked all these hours. Well, this is what you got paid. I don't see where it says overtime on here. Yo, people are just like, I know some of you is just like, oh shit, I didn't even think of that. I know MAGA sure as hell did it. See, this is why I wish my live would be out to more people so that people could fucking hear this shit and listen to it and be like, damn, I didn't even think about that shit. And the thing is I probably should make these videos and just like chop it up and make it that way. But the thing is I know TikTok is not going to push my videos because they never do. Most of the videos I do make, it was just like, most people find me through my lives. That's why I keep going live, because most people find me through my lives. The videos, I make them here and there now because it's just like there's too much stupid shit to report on. I ain't wasting my time on this shit. I'm not wasting time researching something like this, showing that nobody has a W 2 that says fucking overtime on it, and then making a video, and then TikTok seeing it is like, ooh, we can't have people knowing this shit. So it's just always so many things you talk. It's just Baja. That's the whole point. Everybody's getting taxed on their overtime now because they only said it would happen then. People got fucking swindled into believing that they were only gonna get no tax on overtime while they were working overtime. That was the thought process of so many people. Check this one out. First level, second level, third level. That's how these people operate. But the thing is you forgot about the IRS thing because you were worried about ICE. You forgot about the IRS thing because they gave you a shutdown. Like I said, my mind works weird. My mind somehow connects all these things. But I gotta be autistic to some degree. I think I'm starting to think that. I'm starting to think that. I really fucking am. It was just like, that's it. We give you this and we tell you over there. Because that's the one thing. This is one thing I noticed. This is one thing that a lot of people didn't notice with ICE. So there's one thing that a lot of people didn't notice. When this administration first began, if you did not notice or don't recall, the Department of, I forget which one it is, Border Patrol decided to change what the distance of the border was. Most people don't know this. Did you know that the border now for the United States, I don't see no squirrels. The squirrels don't catch me. Yeah, I know that squirrel is there. That's the difference. I seen the nut before the squirrel seen it. And then I'm looking at them like I look at MAGA, like, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. But yeah, so when this administration first took over, if you didn't realize, the border of the United States was legitimately the border of the United States. Those lines and imaginary lines that basically you saw as the border of the country on the south and the north, that was considered the border of the United States. What you failed to realize is at the beginning of this administration, the US Border and Customs decided to change that. If you didn't know now, anything that's 100 miles inland of said borders is now considered the border. So anything which is 100 miles in of where that line used to be is now what is now considered the United States border. Take a wild guess where all these democratic big cities lay in. That's why they're not out of their jurisdiction. That's why they can go into these cities now, because most of these big democratic cities lie within 100 miles of what the border used to be. That's why these cities, and that's why these ICE agents can now go into Chicago. It's like Chicago is pretty deep into Illinois, ain't it? Let me double check that. Oh no, it's basically on the water. But if you look at it, remember, because we have that border, Illinois doesn't border Canada, but the thing is, it's within 100 miles of that division from Canada in to the United States. So from Canada in, you're 100 miles within, meaning Chicago falls under Border Patrol. See what I'm saying? He's not picking these cities just to pick them just for shits and giggles. That's why they changed that stipulation and the border was changed so that it became 100 miles inland of there. That's why, if you notice, it's basically like a circle within, and you haven't really noticed how many of these have you noticed have happened um, outside of that. The other ones, they've been sending the National Guard. But for most of them, they're just doing it that way. That's why for some of these people have the cases to basically go against the fact that he's deploying the National Guard. It's not them they're smart. It's just that this is what you have. What happens when you sit back and you have years of thinking this plan out. I was like, this was planned out in this manner. Because the thing is they knew that if we decided to try to put ice on people, we're not going to be able to put ice if we are bounded by the actual borders of the United States. But if we now say that anything inland 100 miles of the border is considered the border of the United States, that means that any city, which basically any major city, which most of these coastal big cities happen to be democratic, happen to fall into that. We can send ICE and they can't tell us nothing because by jurisdiction, we changed it saying that anything 100 miles inland is there. That's why I tell people, these people ain't doing shit. Everything that the fucking government is doing right now is legal. Everything that they doing is in a legal manner. The thing is that that's why things are being held up in court, because they're trying to say they're not justified in using that legal procedure to state that that's why they can do it. That's why you have all these fucking injunctions. Yes, Canada is the border. Canada is basically the border we have with them. Because how long is Lake Michigan? So Lake Michigan is 307 miles from there, right? As far as Detroit from Michigan. Hold on, let me see something. That's still, well, no. Detroit to Chicago, I mean. It's 282. It's somewhere around. I gotta see where it is that they're doing it from. But that's the justification that they're using. Because the thing is you gotta remember it goes from, where does it consider it there? Because you have to see where it's Michigan Upper Peninsula and Lower Peninsula. Because they have that part, but the thing is anything within that borderline is considered that. Because it's basically saying like, because with Wisconsin and Michigan, you have it dip in like this, but then this part is considered a body of water. Like Michigan is still a body of water. So from 100 miles from within that body of water is the border, because that basically is the borderline. That would have been considered the border before. That edge of the lake where Milwaukee sits, Chicago sits, there, that would be the border. But now, if you add 100 miles into it, you could go in 100 miles from what would be considered the border. Because that's the border there. They use the lines, they picked and choose how they do it. But that's how it is with that. Everywhere else, look at all these cities that they're trying to push people into. It's border cities. Outside a body of water. Yeah. And the body of water is Lake Michigan. And then you have Lake Superior. Anything 100 miles from there, fair game. 100 miles from in Oregon, 100 miles in from there. The body of water goes into, what is it? What's this called here? That little area that it goes into British Columbia, right there. So yeah, all that shit is basically a body of water. Anything that's from a body of water in or the land is 100 miles. Let me see. Let me see. If you look up, okay, this is where it says the 100-mile border enforcement zone. There's a picture of it that it shows it. No, yeah, because that's the thing. That's because that's what the thing is they had to change it in that manner also. So if you're saying it by a body of water, that means from the Gulf of Mexico, that is 100. Because otherwise, they don't border anything. No, no, I ain't got no problem with that, Lizette. I ain't got no problem. I have no problem with people questioning the thing because I want to make sure I'm right also. For the southern states is the Gulf of Mexico. Basically, for the East Coast is the Atlantic Ocean. Because the thing is there's no actual border. The only natural borders we have is Canada and Mexico. But the thing is they can't justify sending people into other states around the country if you don't border anything. So the justification they had is, hey, 100 miles from any body of water that touches the physical border of the United States. And if you look at the map, it'll show you that basically the 100-mile enforcement border is literally every single fucking big city. And then from there, it's basically we got to send in the National Guard to do some bullshit if we have the ability to. But then the National Guard comes into play because it's a Republican governor that's okaying the fact because they're in charge of the National Guard. The president doesn't have the power to move around the National Guard of the place. For DC is different because DC, the National Guard is for them, is for the District of Columbia. So he's in charge of that one because they don't have a governor of that area. They have a mayor, but not a governor. So he's in charge of it. For every other state, the National Guard is held and managed by their governors. So it's like it's just an easier justification for them to be able to get around it. And this is something that they did early within the administration. Oh, and if you didn't know, on November 7th, Customs and Border Patrol reopened its ranks, making and allowing that retired agents can return back at full pay and rank. Let me see if this shows it. Because that's the thing. The easiest way for them to say that is basically, hey, we're basically doing this. We're doing this for, immigration. But immigration, the biggest problem was the southern border because they don't say nothing about Canada. It's the southern border. But how else can you justify having Border Patrol and ICE be able to go and infiltrate all these cities without them being there? Because the thing is if you go to San Francisco's right there by the water. What did they stop it? The reason they stopped it was because Silicon Valley said they didn't want them in there. But LA, look where LA is. LA is well within 100 miles of the coast. From San Diego, hold on. San Diego to LA. San Diego to LA is 120 miles. Because the thing is you have the border right there, which is another. Let me see. Yeah, so. Yeah, Texas is simple because the thing is so with Texas, what they basically did is you have the southern border. You have the southern border of Texas, but then you have the bottom part, you have the Gulf of Mexico. But the thing is you got to remember, Texas also has Hot Wheels Abbott as their governor. So Hot Wheels Abbott has no problem sending in his National Guard to assist, the same way he did it to help with the border. If you have a governor that's complicit and it's already going to kiss the ass of Donald Trump, it's easier for them to just send in their National Guard to clean up the streets. The same thing that happened in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee doesn't fall into that ice circle. So what do you have to do? You have to send in the National Guard because they don't fall into that jurisdiction of it. So now you're going to put the National Guard in there to, get rid of the, all the massive crime and all that stuff. And that's what it is. And they're doing it that way. Houston is at least 100 miles in because the thing is from the Gulf, that's what it is. That's what I'll say. This a lot of shit. That's why I was just like, a lot of this was already in Project 2025. But the thing is what people haven't been paying attention to a lot is the fact that a lot of this changed because of the fact that some of these things they didn't expect pushback. They didn't expect pushback. They didn't expect certain states to sue them. They didn't expect litigation to go through. They just thought that they were going to be able to do it because in some of these Republican states, look how easy Greg Abbott was just like, hey, we're going to redistrict Texas in the middle, in between the census, when it's not supposed to happen that way, and we're going to do it because Donald Trump said so. So literally, he did that. Why? Because Hot Wheels is okay with it. If you have governors that are okay with it, they're going to be like, sure, we'll let you have our National Guard. If it's to fight this purpose, even though they know it's full of shit, they're okay with it. That's why Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, they got worse places than Memphis. Shit, you got St. Louis, Missouri that's fucking worse. But they ain't trying to send people there because they trying to leave that for later. Yeah, he gerrymandered the whole fucking. He gerrymandered the state, and then California did the same thing. But the thing is California actually put it up for a vote, which was the difference. So Texas gerrymandered without the thought process or the vote of the people. They just decided to do that on their own. Whereas in California, they actually made it a voting issue. So it was just like the state of California decided that gerrymandering was okay. There's a difference. The state of Texas was not asked because they know the state of Texas was probably not going to be happy with it in its entirety. Because the thing is you have a lot of those big cities in Texas are Democratic. So they were not going to be the ones to do that. Bro, what are you doing? Fucking cat is on my desk playing shit. Yeah, California let the people decide. And then it's funny because the Republican representatives or the Republicans in California have tried to sue, saying that the gerrymandering was illegal and that it takes away the votes of certain people. So basically, the same thing that people are suing, they're suing basically because they didn't care when the Republicans did it in Texas. But then that's the thing. If they are saying that the problem with how stupid Republicans are is that they're filing basically to take away the ability for for California to basically redistrict and gerrymander or change their fucking seating. The thing is that Republicans don't understand is that if they were to win that verdict, that would set precedents for anybody in Texas to make that same lawsuit, and they can use that as justification as, hey, the state of California did this and they found it to be illegal because they were giving a certain demographic group less representation. Well, then the people in Texas can do the same thing, and then Republicans would end up losing those 5 seats that they tried to gain. Yeah. So Republicans in California are trying to vote that away so that basically the state isn't allowed to gerrymander it. The funny thing is that when this happens, it's a separate commission that does it. It's not even like the Democrats only get to pick like they did in Texas. It was just like everybody says that California is 40% Republican, but how is it that you have not been able to vote any representation in? It was like it's always a thing like y'all not able to do it. It was like California is 40% Republican. Because what, you count the rich counties as that's being the 40%? You forget that everybody else isn't fucking rich? You got big counties that have rich entities, and that's what you consider your 40% Republican. We talking about actual population, the population voting the way it does. The districts should vote because the thing is you mean to tell me of all these districts that Republicans have over there that they have such, you know what it is to have 40% and you losing it? That's crazy. Thank you, Lizette. All right, we're gonna get you off this because you starting to touch too much shit. There you go. And that's the same thing. It was just like people claim that in California, and the same thing that happens in fucking Texas. There's a lot of states that don't have the adequate representation. But why is that? It's not because people don't vote that way, it's because people vote the way they do. That's all it is. People vote the way they do. Like I said, look at the fact that the people in Kentucky thought that they were going to be able to vote on New York City's mayor. And that should tell you enough about this fucking country. Yes, the people in Kentucky were calling in and showing up to their voting locations because they thought they were going to be able to. Yeah, I didn't hear about that one. Look at that one up. They were calling the fucking Senate. They were calling their senators. They were calling the representatives because they were trying to vote against Mom Donnie because they thought they were going to be able to vote on that. Can't make this shit up. These people's fucking stupid. That's how dumb they are. That's why Mitch McConnell's been in fucking office for so fucking long. Texas has been passing a whole bunch of shit. But that's the thing. That's where people fail to realize. The thing is the representation in Texas is voting this way. The thing is people voted for those people. The abortion laws in Texas were created by why? Those Texas representatives, those Republicans voted the way to make it, try to make it fucking jail time for a woman that got any kind of abortion. It wasn't Democrats that did that. People probably voted that way. And you voted those people in, the people that you thought were going to vote for you. The same way with these dumbass Democrats that are trying to switch it up and are deciding that they're not going to, that they might fucking allow the government to open up because the Republicans are saying they might talk to them. The Kentucky government had to tell them they can't vote in NYC elections. You can look it up. You can look it up. I read that. You know when you read something and you be like, yeah, this is fake. And then it wasn't. And then I was just like, yeah, that explains. That's it. That explained. I looked at it, I was like, damn, this is bad. I was just like, what the fuck? And then it's just like, no, this is real. I was just like, bro, everybody, who the fuck would think, anybody with a right thought process would think, bro, this is fake as shit. Like, bro, you can't be this stupid. And then when you see the fucking articles and you see the, you're like, oh shit. I was like, these motherfuckers is actually at the polls. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what that is? That I'm already skeptical when I see shit on the fucking news, TikTok, or anywhere. But then when I saw that shit, I was just like, nah. Can't be this dumb. It can't be. I'm just like, I was about to just write it off and not even pay attention to it. And yes, they went to their polling places because they thought they were going to vote on Mom Donnie because they saw that it was Mom Donnie that was up for vote and they thought they had a say in it. So that can only tell you that these people don't give a fuck about their own places, that they don't pay attention to their own fucking elections, that they're more concerned with a different state that they've never probably been to, will never fucking go to, and has nothing to do with them. And shout out to Mom Donnie. Because it's the same fucking Republicans that run this country are the same ones that are in New York City. The same ones that say, oh, if you raise our taxes, we're going to leave. No, you're not. Because you're still going to be in New York City. The reason you're in New York City is because you're making more money because of New York City. You're not going to leave the city. Where are you going to move to? Where are you going to move to that has the stock market? Because where else is the stock market? Where else is all that financial district? Where else you got that? You don't got Wall Street anywhere else. Where the fuck you gonna move to? They all talking about we gonna leave New York. They've never left. It's funny, if you haven't yet, go to the Daily Show, find the Daily Show on here on TikTok, and watch the video of how they put together the past, I think is like the past 15 years of people saying that because of taxes, people were gonna leave New York City. On the Daily Show fucking TikTok. They put it for like the last 15 years of some reporters saying, oh, it's going to be a mass exodus. There's going to be millions of people leaving, this, and that. It was just like, leave. It was just like, if you got all those people leaving, that's a whole bunch of apartments that open up. That means rent can be better. You just opened up a million fucking apartments? That's crazy. Bro, that is the fastest. Imagine not even to have to put any legislation in and you did your job already. Make that man the president. If he does that shit, you gotta make him president. Fuck that. Mom Donnie for fucking 2028. Fuck it. I don't even want him to continue. I want him to give up New York to just run the rest of the country. And then his parents is fucking educated as shit too. His father teaches in Columbia University. His mom, I think, is like an engineer or some shit. They smart. The man has knowledge. The man has intellect. The man has a good background, a good foundation. I was just like, this is not no regular person. That's why they scared of him, because they have it. He's American. He's American. He's just Muslim based. His family's Muslim, but he was born in America. He was born in America. But that's the thing. That's why you see there's legislation. Mom, yeah, she's a film director. That's what she is. Yeah, his father teaches in Columbia University in New York City, the prestigious Columbia University. No, he can't go as far. Nah, he can make it far as governor. The thing is they gotta try to put limitations on him because they don't want him to go that high. Oh, he was born in Uganda? Oh, never mind that. Okay, so maybe that's why it is. I thought he was American though. Yeah, because he's a naturalized U.S. citizen. Born in Uganda, he moved to New York with his family at age 7 and became a U.S. citizen through naturalization in 2019. Okay, so that's why. But that's the thing. That's why they're trying to change it. If you haven't heard, also, I forget what the fucking Republican senator is. They're trying to propose a bill that only American born can run in for presidency. And then they're trying to pass a bill like that. They're trying to hold it. They're trying to. I know. I forget what it is. I forget. It's some piece of shit Republican trying to introduce a bill that basically you have to be American born in order to hold any political office. Basically saying that they don't want a naturalized citizen to run. So basically, in the case of Mamdani, they don't want somebody like Mamdani to go. Yeah, bro. They're always pushing shit like that, and people don't read the shit. I forget what fucking bill that was. People got to pay attention to Congress.gov. That shit is crazy. There's a bunch of bills that these people propose. A lot of the times these bills get thrown out or they never get any fucking traction. But these bills do get proposed. The amount of bills, if you go to Congress.gov and you see the amount of shit that these assholes fucking propose, like the stupidity that some of them do, is just fucking stupid. Tissue. You're gonna lose a lot of senators. Just like you have to just see that, like all the shit that they have. They got the bills to be considered. You can see like, look right now, items that may be considered under suspension of the rules. Protecting veteran access to telemedicine, Women's Veteran Cancer Care Coordination Act, Travel Act, Monitors fast tag, bro. Be gone. My man done hit the whole keyboard, done fucking changed the whole screen. Dead cat. Oh, look at this one. To lower the age at which a minor may be tried as an adult for certain criminal offenses in the District of Columbia to 14 years of age. House House of Reps Bill 5140. Why would you need to change certain criminal offenses to 14? I didn't read the specifications of it. That's just the highlight of it. That's what it's called. There's a bunch of shit that's out there. You just gotta. It's like looking at it and then seeing, like, bro, I just put you down for a reason because you were climbing all over shit. What do you want? What do you want? I hear you purring, but nah, show us about it. But yeah, that's the shit happens all the time. But yeah, I'm gonna end it on that, y'all. Like I said, Congress.gov, you see a whole bunch of the shit that's going on, the shit that comes out, you'll see a bunch of it, and it's just like there's a lot. There's a lot. Too much damn shit. But so you gotta pay attention to. All the stuff that they're doing is it's all in there, it's all documented. They're doing it step by step to try to get it. It's like, bro, you just hit your head trying to jump on the desk. For being a cabezadura. But as always, be good to one another, take care of one another, look out for one another, love one another, stay marvelous while doing it. I'm just Cruz. I'll see y'all with the next one. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. We'll see. Y'all be good. Have a great week, if anything. Peace.